it's Vezo, and I love Digimon. So much so, my wallet hurts. Look at this mess. That doesn't grow in 5 days. That takes 5 months. You might be asking, how the hell did you get here? And I'd say, how do you think? I spent money. Eventually, a question came to me. How much have I spent on Digimon? So, I thought I'd do the unthinkable and tally it all up. And oh god, the numbers. Digimon is short for Digital Monsters, a Japanese franchise based around anime, video games, trading card games, and various other products. It's about a parallel world with miraculous creatures that ended up being created because of the internet. This simple premise has consumed my life. If I'm gonna find out the total, I gotta go back to the start. It all began one fateful day, February 2nd, 2025. All it took for me to go down this never-ending spiral was $3. I had been using my Amazon card for a while and had points saved up to the wazoo, $7.20. With $3 more, I was now the proud owner of Cardboard. As soon as I got my cards, I quickly grabbed my friend Kazuyuki so we could play. We were immediately hooked. We slowly started playing almost every single weekend. It became a ritual before we knew it. It was like a switch was flipped in my brain. I immediately picked up Starter Deck 14 and 17 as well. 2 decks revolving around some of my favorite Digimon, Beelzemon and Terramon from Season 3. The only one I watched to completion, and god damn it, they were the best. After getting these two, it was like I felt something in my heart. They looked so adorable and badass. I was really surprised with the art. It was like every card had this bombastic energy. It was candy to the soul. However, as time went on, I realized I kinda wanted to start experimenting and making my own deck. I was more or less a complete beginner when it came to getting cards online. It was something I just never did. I usually just bought packs at stores and got what I got as a kid. I immediately started doing research into a bunch of cards, and that's when I was introduced to TCG Player, the main hub world for card game fanatics. If you're looking to buy cards from somewhere online, it's the place. It has what feels like everything. It blew my freaking mind. Soon after, I was shown this deck building website, and with these new tools at my disposal, I began the hunt for my very first custom deck. I looked through a plethora of cards, but I decided to make one around Digimon called Jellymon. I had watched the first 20 episodes of Digimon Ghost Game when it came out. This Digimon had really stuck in my mind for how mischievous they were. The mechanics for the deck was super easy to learn, and seemed fun and goofy. In the process of ordering them, I mainly ordered cards from this one seller, and they got the hint on what I was making. So they even drew a little picture of Jellymon on a piece of cardboard, which really made my day. Shout out to them! Not only that, but it's a really cheap deck to make, only costing around $20, so no harm. While I was at it, I figured I might as well buy another copy of my first starter deck, to make it stronger. I only ordered from that website a few times, so I felt like I barely even spent any money. However, that's when I started watching the anime and reading their new webcomic, Digimon Liberators. Things really started to get out of control. I've mainly only seen episodes here and there of different seasons growing up, so I decided I'd binge all of Season 1 and 2 of Digimon and get fully immersed. And I gotta say, the first season of Digimon is peak fiction. Not only that, but the dub is hilarious. A lot of the times, they just have these completely out-of-pocket lines that just gets me cracking up. Season 1 felt like it had it all. Adventure, excitement, character growth, and just a full-on survival story in another world. It was perfection. But then came Season 2. I didn't like it. It was a direct sequel containing a whole new cast of additional characters. After spending 54 episodes with the first crew, it was hard to adjust. Also, I really didn't like Veemon and Davis, who were the main duo. I thought they were loudmouths who were just annoying. But as the show went on, I grew a massive appreciation for them. They had a certain charm and go-to protagonist energy that I loved. They're two peas in a pod on how dumb and courageous they could be. Season 2 was easily becoming my all-time favorite. While the show took a while to complete, I'd been reading the comics as well, and I still have a bit to catch up to, but damn, they're good. I'll save the details on this one since you can read it for yourself as well, with it being free. But let's just say, I bought the starter deck for the main duo and the special box set featuring all the cards with new art not too long ago. With the anime and the comic fueling this new addiction and excitement around the card game, I had to make more decks. So I added to the collection and bought a Ghost Space deck featuring Necromon with Violet In Boots from the comic, and Mother D Reaper from Season 3 of Digimon, since that one was also pretty cheap. Might as well save on shipping, right? Am I going a little crazy now? Yes! However, during all of this, before I knew it, the new booster box, World Convergence, was coming out on April 18th, a few days away from my birthday. After doing some research, it turns out that it would feature all the main protagonists with their Digimon from the series and celebrate the unification of the release schedule between the West and Japan. It just felt like the perfect opportunity to treat myself to something really nice as I'm getting into the franchise. At this point, I knew I had to get it. However, the real question was, how many boxes? I'm not sure if you're aware, but booster boxes cost a lot of money. Just one at retail price is $120 for 24 packs. That feels wild. So I did some research and found out that various sites online offer cheaper deals. If you look around enough, you could even find some selling it for a bulk discount. I found one selling it for $100 and told myself, let's stop here before this gets any more dangerous. However, in my search, I came across a website selling older booster boxes for cheap, trying to get rid of them. I'd be a fool not to pick them up. So I felt like it was meant to be, and I picked up Booster Box 7 for $25. I told myself, I really have to stop here. But April 18th was approaching fast. I noticed on our good old friend TCG player that the boxes were starting to sell for around $90 now. I felt like I was going to pull out my hair. I should have waited. I could have basically saved $10. I really started to question my sanity then. I felt like I was going crazy. Should I really be getting more booster boxes? I already spent so much on ones that haven't even arrived yet. I sat there for days, agonizing. Do I cave? Then I saw it. The boxes were hitting what seemed to be their all-time low, $82.85. I officially lost my mind. Around this time, it was safe to say in my personal life, I wouldn't shut up about this franchise. So much so, my family started to get the hint on what to get me for my birthday. Being the saint that my mom is, she got me a wonderful gift. Oh my gosh, Mother, you shouldn't have. Cardboard. Adding on to the massive opening that was to come. Now, I'm at 5 booster boxes with a new plushie companion to open them with. I sat there thinking, this seems like a lot. How long would it even take to open all these? Oh, how long it would take indeed. It took me 7 hours! Especially since I wanted to open them all on stream and add up how much I theoretically made. It was one of the best times I ever had, and one of the messiest. I realized that this was incredibly addicting. While opening them, it was pack after pack, hit after hit, baby! I was getting lucky. One of the first few packs I opened was a signed card saying, "Get the victory." Hell yeah, I will. The rush just kept coming. Call this beginner's luck or whatever you will, but damn, it felt magical. I was on a high, and there was never gonna be a drop. I was making money! After cleaning up my newfound mess and being happy about my findings, I realized I gotta slow down a little. I had this gut feeling that something wasn't right. Regardless, I now needed to find a way to store all these cards. So, to cut back, I started making my own deck in storage boxes instead of buying them, which came out rather well. However, now I was facing what felt like withdrawals. I kept seeing various cards that could improve my deck, or new products I would love to pick up. The world really started to feel like a cruel place. I realized I slowly started to crave more and more. Just something Digimon. I thought, what if I just treated myself to something small to fend off the itch? Like, just a few micro dosages of Digimon. So I decided to pick up the Digimon movie collection, and bought the game since it was on sale. At that point, I really wanted to slap myself across the face. The movie one, I get, but the game? I already had it on PS4. I just had to get it on Switch as well. In my rational thinking, I was like, how else am I supposed to play as Beelzemon? It was only available through pre-order, and the Complete Edition has a second game as well. So it's just a free bonus. But the thing is, I barely even played the one on PS4 all these years. It was like no matter what I did, I couldn't get out of the loop of buying Digimon stuff. Wherever I looked, ate, shitted, Digimon were everywhere! It was like I couldn't escape them. I was trapped. As I continued my attempts to stop, I did something I never thought I would ever do. It was truly the tipping point of my self-induced Digimon hysteria. As I was perusing eBay, I know, bad hobby, I saw that someone was putting their graded Digimon cards up for auction for a few dollars. They had multiple, but the three I was looking at the most were Angelomon, Lady Devimon, and Sakuyamon. My first starter deck revolved around these two, so it would be awesome to have them in the collection. And Sakuyamon, I just liked. Being the Digimon-starved man I was, I sat there and watched for days, waiting and thinking, maybe, just maybe, I should grab them. As the magical timer ticked down, I couldn't help but place a bid. The person who outbidded me for the Angelomon. I hate you. Now, I have an incomplete set. At least I can sleep happy, knowing they do as well. Now, here's the funny part. After I got them in my hands, I realized Sakuyamon is 1 out of 4 cards from the special set that she was released in. I started to think, man, it'd be pretty cool to have all 4. And I did see the seller put them alongside this one. Maybe they have another copy. So, I hopped on eBay instantly and found out he in fact did. Sadly, he didn't have another Angelomon, but I'd live. If I won the 3 auctions, I'd have a complete set. I can mark that as the end of this insane Digimon adventure. So I waited once again. However, for some reason, there was competition now. Just last week, they were all staying around $5, but now they're getting close to 20.
Who are you people?
When the time came, I focused so hard. I had 3 windows open at once and waited for the last 30 seconds to make my move. I placed my bid and kept refreshing the page. They were outbidding me, and I was outbidding them. It was a back and forth, endless cycle. That's when it dawned on me. I could end up with another incomplete set. Then it happened. I always thought graded cards were a scam. However, after getting them, I gotta say, I see the appeal. When you see that label that says pristine and graded 10, it feels like you're holding something pretty special. Even though it's just cardboard with colorful pictures and hard plastic. It feels great. Now, they're on display for me to have a constant reminder to stop there. I've been off Digimon stuff ever since. And with that, my adventure of buying Digimon stuff came to a close. Now, looking through everything, I ordered from 6 different sites, made/tweaked 31 decks, and only really lost a fraction of my sanity. Now, tallying everything we said so far, putting in the cost of supplies like sleeves, a binder, deck boxes, and miscellaneous things, it reaches a whopping $958.08. A little under 1,000, so not too bad. That's when I realized this was all digital transactions with a credit card. What about physical cash? Then, it was like a floodgate opened in my mind. Endless memories of me waiting in the checkout line at Walmart, my local card shop, Target. So I started adding everything up again. The cost of the trips to my card shop, participation fees for events, buying a pack here and there for shits and giggles, this fucking shelf for displaying them. Then we can't forget about the cost of cardboard, paper, glue it takes for making those deck boxes. It's easily over $1,000. My flip-flops are falling apart here. Why the hell do I have cards but not flip-flops? Oh god. Oh god! Let this be a cautionary tale, and ask yourself, do you really need that card? Will the card really give you a greater experience and make you a better player? Trick question, yes, but damn it, I feel card games are about having fun, playing the game, hanging out with friends, and doing stupid shit with whatever crazy concoction you can come up with. Now that is the heart of card games. It's about the friends you made along the way. Oh hey Kazu, what's up?
Nothing much. So we gonna play some Digimon today or what?
Give me a second. I'm in the middle of something deep and thought-provoking.
Okay then. Oh yeah, I'm making a new deck based off Pyramidmon. I think it's gonna be really good.
Wait, Pyramidmon from Digimon Liberator's the comic?
Yes, I think. I don't know, maybe. I haven't read it yet, to be honest with you. Hey, Vezo. Vezo, you there? Hello? Hello?
Who needs a house anyways, right?